Greetings, everyone. This is A Shot of Whiskey. Sorry I haven't been making videos these last few weeks. A lot of it has to do with how I've been trying to get things ready for the next convention that my son and I are going to. I mean, granted, it's not until November, but I'm wanting to actually apply for a few panels, and the application deadline to do that is in about 2 weeks. So I'm wanting to have my ideas basically ready to go before I submit anything. That being said, this video I actually wanted to do last week, but I kind of hated what I had made, so I'm honestly not really expecting this to be all that much better, to be entirely honest, so I apologize. It's probably going to suck, especially since I'm not doing an actual script. I have a list of points that I want to cover, but no actual script. And the points are mainly so I can keep track of what I'm saying, what I want to say, so I don't miss over anything, hopefully, and also to give me notices on when I want to throw out some of these.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
But ones that make more sense to the topic. Now, a little over a week ago, in fact, at this point, it might even be 2 weeks, there was an anti-MGTOW video that came out from someone called Inkwell Science. This is not Equal Science. This is J.D. Miles. Now, there's two reasons why I'm showing you this over his actual video. The first one is I would like to encourage you, in case you aren't, to go ahead and give J.D. Miles a follow, watch his stuff. He does a really good job of finding stuff to talk about. A lot better than I do. He usually pumps something out once a day, doesn't have a problem. Every now and then he'll skip a day, but he'll also put out like 2 or 3 things in one day. A lot of it just kind of depends on what he finds. But the other reason why I'm showing you JD's video instead of Inkwell's is because of this. Inky took it down. And yes, from here on out, I'm going to refer to him as Inky. It's just going to be a lot easier. Yeah, he took it down. He took it down because he couldn't handle the pressure of having people disagreeing with him. And that seems very hypocritical of him, especially when you look at what his About section says. See, you would think that someone who wants to uncover the uncomfortable truth would have the spine to talk to people who don't agree with him, instead of run and hide like a cowardly little bitch. I bet his mommy is proud. I am going to be adding him in the title down below because I'm hoping that he'll see it. This is, of course, assuming that he comes out from hiding. And if that's the case, Inky, hi, welcome to the party. Let's uncover the uncomfortable truth behind MGTOW behavior. Since you seem to want to pretend to know what you're talking about, and I'm someone who actually is a MGTOW, who lives the MGTOW life, and knows what MGTOW actually is, we can hash it out respectfully on StreamYard.
Just bring it.
Basically, in my own words, his video said that MGTOW are men who cannot get women because he feels that we are incels. He also believes that sex is a biological need for men, meaning that women are only good for sex. This is why JD calls him creepy. And JD is correct. He thinks of women as being nothing more than something to have sex with, because apparently men have to have sex for whatever reason. That's kind of an insult to both sexes when you think about it. Now, I went to Inky's video and I left a comment. Basically, I said that he was wrong. I don't remember the exact way I worded it, but it was short, sweet, somewhat respectable, more so than I could say for him. And he replied to me. Now, I'll get to what he said later. About 25 minutes later, I had realized that he had said what he said. So I went back and I wrote a very lengthy response to him, covering both things that he said in the video and things that he said in his reply. I would like to show you what he said, but he removed the video while I was typing that final response.
I just don't know what went wrong.
This is all that I can show you right now, unfortunately. because of him removing the video. This is quite literally all that we can do. I can go to that stupid bell at the top to get my notifications. That's how I got this. That's what you're looking at, is my notifications. This is all you can be able to see, unfortunately. So I'm going to do my best to fill in the gaps for you guys. Inky, if you're here and you're still listening to me, let's talk about this. Your first sentence, sure, you could argue that, absolutely. But the argument that you are making is on the same intellectual level as saying that the sun and the moon are the same size because look at the sky, LOL.
The sun only looks small because it is so far away. In fact, the sun is so large it would take 109 Earths strung end to end to equal its diameter.
I wonder how many MGTOW you've spoken with personally, Inky, because you clearly have no idea what MGTOW is or why we choose to embrace the philosophy.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Many of us began this journey after having several experiences with women, or significant ones. Also, we have heard and read and saw other men going through many horror stories, most of which are thanks to the legal system.
Guilty! Guilty, guilty, guilty. I love that word. Guilty!
This ties into the last sentence that we can see here. Well, we can at least see the first part of it. Unfortunately, not the entire thing. Yes, honesty does take a lot of maturity, which is why I am being mature when I say that I have chosen that marriage is a bad deal for men, and I care about myself enough not to punish myself just because I have a dick. That is honesty. Brutal honesty.
I'm wearing ladies' underwear.
Are you?
I most certainly am not.
It looks like you most certainly am all.
I am not.
What kind?
It's a thong. Ow!
If you have any honesty within you, Inky, then admit you are wrong. Or at the very least, be man enough to open yourself to a conversation. Oh, and before I forget this, I would also like you to explain why you believe that sex is a necessity for men. What exactly will happen to a man if he goes without sex? And how long exactly will it take until we start to see symptoms? Once again, Inky, feel free to contact me. Let's discuss this like men. Now, to the rest of you, I doubt he will respond to me. It may have been that he's been scared off of YouTube and therefore isn't going to be looking for responses. But he also strikes me as being the type to be afraid of his own testosterone. Well, I guess only time will tell. Maybe he'll surprise me, maybe he won't. Until then, everybody, never forget that if you abuse alcohol, it will abuse you back.